Hey everybody, this week's episode of The Horror Show is brought to you by Primal Rage, Bigfoot Reborn. This is a movie that is in theaters as we speak. To get more information, just Google Primal Rage, Bigfoot Reborn. You'll see it. I know it's playing at the AMC theaters near us. And anything that runs those, what are they called? Like the Fathom events. I don't know if you've ever seen those at theaters, but like a few of our theaters up here have them. And they're all playing this movie, Primal Rage, Bigfoot Reborn. So make sure you go check that out. Check your local listings, see where it's playing, and definitely go check them out. They're supporting the show, and we really appreciate that. We also appreciate our Patreon fans. The Martian Next Door, Bodo Winter, Christopher Gonzalez, and Ashley K. Thank you guys all so much. And Ashley K, thank you a lot. But I need to know, why $13? That was a weird number. And it really fascinates me. So I'll hit you up. I'll message you and find out what's up. But guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Appreciate all the support on social media and all that. We've been a little bit more quiet than usual, but we got some shit in the works. We're toying with a few ideas here, mix things up a little bit. Speaking of mixing things up, we said we were going to do Mangler 2 and 3. We aren't. They look terrible. This is what happens when you don't check your shit before you do an episode. We are doing Society, the weird one with the butt in the face in the butt, and Return of the Living Dead Part 2, which is a fucking nightmare. So, Society is on Amazon and Shudder. Amazon claims it's a PG-13 version. I find that highly unlikely, which I make that joke in the show, and it's applicable. There's no way there's a PG-13 version of that movie. And Joe actually watched that version, so it's fine. So it's on Amazon or Shudder, so check those out. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoy this episode, and check out Primal Rage, Bigfoot Reborn.
Stopped paying attention in class. I was thinking about the adventures of Ash, about the misfortune of sitting kids at Crystal Lake. Became addicted straight away with the initial tape. God bless Betamax. VHS, holy like Amanda Kruger. I was introduced to genre flicks by Toby Hooper. I started craving more just like Larry the Looter. I collected VHS without commentary or bloopers. Store computers, magazines, a bunch of stores. Spent my money on movies and begged my mom for more. I'd watch the boys kill those astro bastards 5 times a day or even more. I loved the gore. Lionel and Paquita combined their lonely hearts. I was hellbound, Cenobites tore my soul apart. I've seen them all, from Dracula to Vertigo. Listen up, welcome to the Horror Show with Sean and Joe.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Horror Show. Show it dissects, mutilates, dismembers, and butchers all of your favorite and not so favorite horror movies and other horror-related events. I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
It's been a while.
It has.
We had some weird fucking schedules going on, but we're back. We're not doing Mangler 2 or 3.
Shucks.
Those were me and Joe were like about to end the show over Mangler 2 and 3. Like we were really like, what is it really worth it?
Honestly, now after watching what we watched, one of them, yeah. I think I would have rather just stayed with Mangler 2 and 3.
I mean, that's true. One of these is very bad. So we've audibled and we are doing what the fuck we doing? Society.
And Return of the Living Dead.
Return of the Living Dead.
Part 2.
Yes. Jacob Dutcher. Sorry, I'm looking something up right now. Jacob Dutcher chose Society. And Matt Henry chose Return of the Living Dead Part 2. I was excited to do, well, I guess I should say that for when we do Return of the Living Dead Part 2. But I was excited for it. I'm not anymore. Let me just say it. Let me put it that way. Society, though. Never seen it.
I hadn't either.
Seen tons of GIFs. The guy with the asshole for a face. Saw a lot of that.
Spoiler.
Saw a lot of that. Or a face, or an asshole with a face.
Well, his face came out of his butt.
What a fucking movie, man.
Butthead.
What a fucking movie.
I loved it.
It was fucking insane.
I really liked it.
It was like, it was fucking crazy. It was fucking
Even
crazy.
my wife liked it.
Get out of here.
Yeah?
Like she was,
No, she enjoyed it.
that's insane.
She left Return of the Living Dead 2 like 30 minutes into it.
Well, because nothing fucking happens, dude. Okay. So, Jacob, thank you. Jacob was an I Hate Hurricanes donation person. So this is an I Hate Hurricanes pick. So I'm super pumped. And I told him when he submitted this, I was like, I honestly cannot wait to do this fucking movie. Like, just so you know, like, I was like, I fucking love, like, I've been waiting for this movie for so long. Yeah. So you want to just jump into this one?
Let's do it.
This is, I don't have any like extra notes for this, but you don't really need extra notes for this. This is just an interesting movie regardless. And not at all what I was expecting, even knowing what I knew based on the images I'd seen online. Not expecting this whatsoever. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah. Directed by Brian Yuzna.
Yeah. He's done some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounded familiar. I didn't bother looking him up though. But there's
Really?
a sequel to
He's
this.
really well known. Oh, I thought the sequel didn't get made.
Oh wait, maybe it didn't.
There's supposed to be.
Yeah, but he wasn't even involved in it,
No, he wasn't.
right? Yeah.
No, but he produced like all of Stuart Gordon's movies, Reanimator,
Oh,
From
yeah.
Beyond.
That's right. I did know that.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah, I did know that. That's fucking crazy. And he was like, I'm going to make this fucking movie called Society. Oh, and he made Reanimator and it was like a big hit on a low budget.
Mm-hmm.
And then he signed a deal to do Reanimator 2. And he was like, I'll only do Reanimator 2 if you let me make this movie Society.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, sure, whatever you say. And then he made this. And they were probably like, oh, God.
Well, didn't it not get released till 92?
I don't know. Is that they held it off?
If I was good at this, I
If
would
somebody handed me this fucking movie, there's no chance I'd ever put it out.
But why? It was great.
I mean, yeah, I guess. But if I'm like a studio exec and I'm trying to make money off movies, I'm going to be like, you could just throw this in the trash on your way out. You fucking kidding me right now? Dude, the incest angle in this is out of control.
Okay.
It's the weirdest fucking shit I've ever seen. And they dangle it the whole fucking movie. Like from like moment one, they're like dangling this weird incest angle.
But it's not as creepy as like Amityville 2.
No, because Amityville 2 is like fucking rape.
True. Yuzna directed Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, Return of the Living Dead 3, and The Dentist 1 and 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at him. Hitting him out of the park. All right, so we start with this kid. He's walking around the dark, sweating a lot, profusely, carrying a knife. Then it just immediately cuts to him in therapy, eating an apple and crying. And then we get this long-ass orgy credit scene. So it's, at first I was like, this movie's going to fucking suck. I mean, I saw at the beginning. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Because like he's in the therapist's office. He's like, I don't know. He's just crying about his like bullshit problems. Although there is a great line in that fucking scene, and I forget what it was. Fuck. Damn it. Whatever. Anyway.
But he had a bad dream.
Yeah.
You know, he had a knife. He wakes up. His mom wakes up. Everything's normal. And then he's at the psychiatrist saying this shit. And then he's holding an apple and it turns into worms.
Yes. Which kind of comes back.
Well, it's just all that he's...
This movie is so fucking weird. Because they really actually don't explain anything.
Well, no, it's because he knows that things aren't normal, like subconsciously.
So you think the worms are real?
No. I don't know.
Well, anyway.
It doesn't all matter.
After the orgy credits, we meet these two wealthy kids, Billy and Milo, I believe. Billy and Milo. They're playing some b-ball in some sick outfits. It's the whitest white people outfits I've ever seen while playing basketball. It's like
the shorts are so short,
dude, and like they're like wearing like tennis like jackets and shit. And they're like, oh, like they're playing hoops, like they're gonna like their dad's gonna pay for them to join an NBA team or something. Like it's fucking out of control. And they are loaded, which was also a weird thing. At the beginning, I was thinking, how are they gonna make these people likable? Because they were so fucking rich. I mean, the first scene, they're in a fucking mansion just playing basketball in like full basketball attire. And it's very clear that they're wealthy. We meet the sister.
Yep.
I forget her name. It's not Clarissa. That's the other girl. But the sister's getting ready. We don't know for what yet, but she's trying on some dresses, trying on some fancy jewelry.
Jenny is her name.
Jenny. And she's trying on all this stuff. She hears something in the closet. She goes, takes a look, and this fucking dude jumps out and fucking assaults her.
Yes.
Straight up assault. Holding her mouth shut and being like, trust me, just trust me. Like, it was really fucking bizarre. And he's like, it's not how it looks. It's like, no, it's 100% what it looks
breaking
like.
And entering.
You are holding her mouth shut and you're on top of her looking like you're about to bash her head in. Like, it's 100% what it looks like. And he's screaming, something weird is going on here. I got to talk to you.
There's such a better way to go about telling someone something weird's going on.
Yeah, which is also weird because why is he telling the girl that something weird's going on?
When she's involved,
yeah,
like she is,
and he kind of knows
going on,
and he kind of
no, he not kind of knows. He has proof.
And we meet mom and dad who come home, and you think they're going to save the day, and they're like, "Oh, it's old whatever his name was, Dickface, David Blanchard." They're like, "Oh, it's David Blanchard. I thought you weren't seeing our daughter anymore." And he's like, "I'm not." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And they just like go upstairs. Like, imagine coming home to a guy that...
Yeah, the only one that was outraged was the brother.
Right.
And I love this kid because he gets into so many almost fights. He's like that guy that just grabs people, but he has no business grabbing anyone.
Dick Warlock.
His son, yeah.
Yeah.
Dick Warlock's son.
Yeah. No, oh, wait, Dick Warlock's the old guy?
Dick Warlock is the guy that played Michael Myers in Halloween 2.
Yeah.
And he was Kurt Russell's stunt man.
Oh, I thought the kid was Dick Warlock.
I thought his name was Bill. It's Billy Warlock.
Oh. Wait, that's his real kid? Wait, what are we talking
What are you talking about? The actor's name.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the actor?
I'm talking about the actor.
Which actor?
Dick Warlock.
But what about
the
him?
kid, I think.
No, Billy Warlock is the kid. His dad is Dick Warlock.
Wait, and they play father and son in the movie?
The fuck are you talking about? Is Dick Warlock in this movie? Dick Warlock's not in this movie. Dick Warlock's in Halloween 2.
No.
Billy Warlock is the kid. He plays Bill. Like he's too stupid to be called anything else.
Wait, what the fuck is the name of this movie? Society. Okay, you're right. Dick Warlock's not in this.
I know that. In fact, I'm looking at the cast. You didn't have to look it up.
What's Billy's name?
Billy! Billy Warlock's name in this movie is Billy.
Oh, so that's what fucked me up. All right.
How did that... The name's the same. How could that possibly fuck you up?
Because I was thinking about Dick Warlock.
Yeah, but why? Okay. Why do you even know who Dick Warlock is?
Well, so Dick Warlock played Michael Myers.
In Halloween 2.
Billy Warlock is also in Halloween 2.
I'm aware. But Billy Warlock is much younger.
All right.
Because he's a kid.
All right.
But why did you think Dick Warlock was the father in this movie?
Because I thought that's what you were saying. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Everything's fine, guys. I can't imagine why people hate this show. Oh, fuck. What was that last review we got? He's like, who gave these guys the right to be critics? As he's critiquing a podcast.
I mean, honestly, if that, like,
I want to ask him for his iTunes license.
You can go so deep down that hole. Yeah. Why is anybody allowed to do anything?
You're reviewing a podcast. Are you a fucking legitimate podcast reviewer? I hope he is.
Dude, every time I get pulled over, I'm just gonna be like, who gave you the right to interpret the law? And then when they show their proof of like passing.
Well. Who are they? Who are they to give you that?
Who graded that? Just keep going.
Who are they to say who can apply the law? All right, let's get back into this. So Billy Warlock is in this film playing Billy. That means nothing to anyone. So mom and dad come home.
Dude, it meant something to my wife because I guess he was on like one episode of like Days of Your Life or something.
Holy shit.
So they just kicked the idiot out of the house.
They kick the idiot out of the house. He has a conversation with Milo. It's cut off, though. He ends up going upstairs, and his sister asks her to help him with her dress. Super creepy. And then he sees this sweating, pulsating lump on her back.
Yep.
Even so fucking disgusting. I've never seen anything like it. And somehow he plays it cool instead of being like, hey, you're probably going to die. It's bad news. Bad news. And then we find out she's getting ready for her coming out party, which really threw me for a loop. I was like, excuse me? But a coming out party is a debutante.
Yeah.
A debutante. It's when a girl or a young woman of an aristocratic or upper class family who has reached maturity and as a new adult comes out into society at a formal debut.
Is this a real thing?
Yeah.
People really do that?
Yeah, I guess.
Like a quinceañera?
Quinceañera?
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, that's just a sweet 16, like any normal human. This is like
a super sweet 16.
It's sort of, but it's even worse because it's like, oh, look, our daughter now has a brain at the age of 17 or 18. She's grown a brain and can talk to adults now. Like, that's like how low they think of people. So we learn that, which will come into play a little bit. Billy's running for class president.
Yeah.
At Beverly Hills Academy. Knowing that they are in high school makes this a very weird film also. Fun fact to me.
Why? Because they fuck so much?
Yeah. There's a lot of fucking in this. And the emphasis on like the high school age was real.
Yeah.
It just they just wanted to make sure you remembered that these kids were 16, 17 years old. Back in therapy, he's joking. Billy, this movie cuts around a lot at the beginning. It's kind of just telling this fucking insane story. Back in therapy, he's making jokes about his family, and he makes jokes about incest and his family being psychotic and all this crazy shit. And the doctor's just like, oh, Billy, don't be ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Did you get a vibe from the beginning that something was off with the doctor?
No.
You did not?
Mm-mm.
I did.
I did not.
I thought he was a weirdo and that he would be like the villain.
I really didn't know where this was fucking going, honestly. And I mean, I'm still not entirely
sure. I knew nothing about this film.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I didn't know. I mean, I'd seen the butt gif and shit, but that's it. That's it. So Billy ends up going to the beach with his girl, his gal pal. But before he goes to the beach, he needs to grab some suntan lotion. So he goes in the bathroom where his sister's
showering.
And he sees, you can't even call it a silhouette. It's a glass door, but it's that frosted glass. So you can kind of see through it, but not.
Yeah. But there's a body that's halfway
turned around.
Yeah.
Like it's ass. He could see his sister's ass, but then also her boobs on the same side. And the head is like at like a 90-degree angle to the body.
What a world.
What a fucking world. And he's like, what the hell? And he just opens the door on her, but she's back to normal.
And she's like, you creepy. He's like, I was just borrowing some suntan lotion. Why would you ever open the shower with your sister? I mean, if you
saw that, you'd be like, if I saw that with my sister, first of all, I'd still throw up. And then afterwards, I'd be like, you might need to see a doctor because I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Like, there's no way you'd be like, hey, let me take a closer gander at this. Let me see if those titties are next on the same side of her ass.
Even if that wasn't your sister, I wouldn't take a closer gander.
No, I don't want to know. Why would you want to see that? Holy shit.
Now that I think about it.
No,
I might want to see it.
He ends up going outside to get some fresh air because that really threw him for a loop. And his parents,
honestly, rightfully so.
His parents are there's a lot of like little weird scenes in this movie that play into the story, and we're gonna mention them, but they really make no sense. So it's gonna sound weird, I think, because this scene is a minute long, and he just goes outside, sees his parents acting weird, and they're just staring at slugs, being like, "Oh, hey, Billy," and he's like, "What's up?" And they're like, "Nothing." It's just like super ominous. And he's like, "All right, I'm going to the beach," and they're like, "Whatever," and you're like, what the fuck is that? And it'll kind of come into play later. I feel like this was, I don't know, maybe trying to be made a little more artistic than it should have been.
You thought so?
There's like a little bit.
I thought it was goofily or purposely goofily. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
I thought it was purposely goofy.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's parts of it. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Honestly, it's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy.
Because I literally LOL'd at parents staring at slugs.
Dude, it was insane. It was fucking insane. Yeah. Down at the beach, we meet Billy and his girlfriend. And she tells him she loves him. And he's like, whatever. And then she's like, actually, I only love you if you can get us into Ted's party.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Ted's the cool guy.
Ted's the cool guy. And in the weirdest thing in this movie, but it also is kind of cool. It makes sense. Ted's the cool guy, right? Mm-hmm. But he also hangs out with the biggest nerd in school. And like that nerd's on his payroll to become class president.
Yeah.
I
like it.
I love it. I hope rich people become nefarious when they're older, but I hope rich high school academies are this nefarious also. Like buying off elected officials. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing. I hope that's fucking true.
Because the school body does nothing.
Yeah. I mean, but they're just playing. Like, they're like, well, this is what my dad does, so I got to fucking pay off.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's brilliant.
It's awesome. I hope that's true. Because the kid running for president against Billy is super nerd. Super nerd.
Looks like a young Jeffrey Combs.
It might be just Jeffrey Combs.
Just him overacting so hard. He's actually a kid.
Overacting so hard he turned young.
Yeah.
No makeup involved.
Because there's a scene at the end. Well,
dude, he actually really does look like Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah, and at the end, just to skip forward, he thinks he's dead, and the kid's like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah,
like
dude,
shows up.
It's
exactly what
super Combs, dude. It was, yeah, you're right, 100%. That's so crazy. So Billy tries to talk to the party boy, but they hate each other because the whole presidential election thing. Dude, this guy is actually upset with Billy for his presidential promises. Because like during the debate we saw earlier, Billy mentioned uniforms. And when he walks up to this guy's like, so what's your policy on uniforms, bub? Billy's like, I don't know, man. Like, whatever. It's so crazy. They've got a lot riding on this election. They've got more writing on this election than I think America has had in a very long time.
Sure.
Because as we know, these elections are all fake. Illuminati and New World Order.
Well, no, this is
them.
Them, yeah.
Yeah, society, man. So they hate each other. Slob Kebab Blanchard shows back up. This blob. He says he needs to show Billy something super important. And Billy's like, go fuck yourself. He's like, no, you got to listen to this. Pulls out a briefcase full of recording equipment. And he tells him he's been bugging his family. He bugged their car with these tape recorders that would record automatically at the sound of noise. And he's like, you got to hear this. And the family is talking about it. This honestly was startling to listen to. It's like, so the tape is this candid conversation between the mom, the father, and the daughter.
Yeah. And
Billy's family.
They're basically talking about Billy being like, don't worry about him. He's too concerned with his own life.
Yeah. But then they start talking about fucking the daughter. They're like, oh, everyone's going to have sex with you. You're going to be so wet. And dude, it's fucking insane. It's fucking insane.
Yes.
And then the dad's like, and then all the other guys will have their way with you. And yeah.
And then as they're listening to this, it cuts to the dad at the same time finding the bugged equipment.
Yeah, it cuts to the dad at the house, and he's like, this is a microphone.
That's pretty much exactly how it went.
It's 100%.
Then it cut back.
Honestly, I was like, how did he find that microphone? He's literally just like picks it up off the table and is like, a microphone.
I know, dude, because it's like in something, but he's already taking it apart. You know, when it cuts to him, he's like, oh, here, look at this. And then he's like, you know, that guy Blanchard loves microphones. Put it together so fast.
Yeah. He's like, that guy Blanchard really loves microphones. I think Blanchard's recording them. Yeah, super fucking weird. Super fucking weird. Then he starts listening to his family start fucking, and you hear these crazy fucking noises, like slurping noises, like
Yeah, dude. Did you get stomach sick a little bit during
gagging?
this? What?
Are you gagging?
Not yet. Did you get a little stomach sick during this?
No.
I did. My stomach turned at one point, and it wasn't even the worst part of the movie because at that point I was desensitized. But there was one moment in this where I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me right now! Like, are you fucking doing this to me right now?" I'd also just ate like a shitload of sushi, so I wasn't feeling so great. Yeah, it's so fucking crazy. So Billy is like, "Give me that fucking tape." Takes the tape, brings it to his shrink, and is like, "You need to listen to this." And his shrink's like, "Meh, no thanks."
Well, he goes there late at night.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's even late, but he's just like, "Yeah,
Like,
we
can't you
can."
bring it tomorrow?
He's like, "Well, that's weird." He's like, "You can either give it to me now and I can talk to you about it later, or you just bring it in tomorrow." And he's like, "All right." Well, actually, he puts up a fuss for like 5 minutes, wasting my fucking time before finally being like, "Fine." He goes home. Oh, well, first, after he does that, he gives the guy the tape. He gives the shrink the tape. Yeah. Then he calls up Bozo the Blob. And he's like, "Hey, I need another copy of that tape. Can you come meet me at this street and drop me off another tape?" The guy's like, "Sure." Starts driving there. Car is fucking destroyed.
Yes.
Absolutely destroyed. On fire. He finds a briefcase with recording equipment and there is a tape missing.
Yep.
No tape to be found. So something's up. They waste no time letting you know.
The friend's dead.
Yeah. Friend's dead. David or whatever the fuck his name is. He goes home and his parents are like, "Billy, you've been invited to Ted's party. Congratulations." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, you know my friend died?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You're not concerned about that?" And they're like, "Nah."
Well, and neither is he, because he goes to this party.
Dude, honestly, there is no enthusiasm in this movie, really. Everyone's kind of just like feigning.
Malaise.
Like, "Hey." Like, that's the most Billy does. Billy's like, "Hey, that ain't right." That's the most, like, Billy freaks out there, but it's just like, "How come you guys aren't mad about this?" And they're like, "I don't know." And he's like, "All right, I'm going to that party." Figure out what's
Dude, even
going
if
on.
I wasn't like good friends with him, just the fact that somebody I was just talking to died, I would just be done for the day. I'm not going to party.
Not only did you, like, your friend die, but like you came across the crime scene and were like hanging out at it. Like, are you fucking ruined? Even if you didn't know the person and you came across a crime scene with a corpse, you go to bed.
You're not celebrating.
Especially at a party he didn't even want to go to.
Yeah, a douchebag.
Yeah. Well, he goes to the party in a hurry for whatever reason. And immediately, for, again, whatever reason, just starts slow dancing with some girl. Just like walks in and is like, "Hey, may I have this dance?"
And he has his girlfriend already.
Yeah, who's also outside in a car being like, "That piece of shit." And also, this guy has so many girls, I couldn't figure out who the fuck he was dating for the longest time. I was like, what the hell is going on? But he confronts Ted while he's at this party.
Yes.
Which might be why he wanted to go there, because he has this tape of being like, "Ted's going to fuck the shit out of you, and then we're all going to fuck you."
Yeah. And then when he confronts Ted, Ted's just like, yeah, I am.
Ted literally repeats it. Ted's like, "I'm a fucker," and then everyone's going to fuck.
And he goes, "And I killed your friend."
Yeah. And it's crazy. Yeah. He says, it's fucking crazy. Well,
And he's all wet, and some girl comes, and she's like, "Huh, wet dreams, huh?"
yeah, and then he's like, "Let's fuck."
And she's, what a fucking
DTF.
day for this guy.
She also calls him a mean machine jelly bean, which
Well, you know.
I would immediately walk out. I don't care what the fuck's going on. You call me that, I'm fucking leaving. Although,
She looks really good.
yeah, very, very, very attractive
But
young lady.
I am with you. That name sucks.
Yeah, I mean, if
cat
somebody
name
called you that,
sucks.
like, you'd just be like, "What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing here?" And this is one of those scenes where I was like, "Get out of here." These two high schoolers are fucking like pros.
Yeah.
They've got some game, some hardcore fucking game. 32 years old, I can't fuck like that, dude.
I don't know, I had way more energy when I was in high school.
Yeah, but this was like passion.
Yeah.
Oof, this was love making at its finest. But hey, nerds, take some notes on this thing. This is how you fun. Well, then she starts turning into a fucking her back starts contort or her. No, he finishes, then like walks away or whatever, but then sees her and her body is entirely fucking contorted in the bed.
Yeah.
Like just like in the shower scene. Like boobs and butt on the same side. And she's like, come back to bed. And he's like, what? And he walks up to her.
Would you?
No. No fucking chance, dude. Dude, do you know how alarming that would be? No, get the fuck out of here.
If you get everything at once.
Although, we were just on an Instagram live talking about weird sex toys. We know that they sell these dolls now. Mm-hmm. Should we start selling society licensed twisted body dolls?
No, because anyone that would buy one, it should be murdered.
We would 100% be on a government watch list for making that. So they go downstairs. She offers them some post-coital tea.
Yeah, she also offers to pee in it.
Yeah. What a weird fucking scene. She says, how do you like your tea? Cream, sugar, or do you want me to pee in it? And he's like, cream. She's like, okay. And like, that's fucking it. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and he calls her a class act.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, he's like, hey, you're such a class act, Clarissa. And I think it was earnest. Like,
He's genuinely grateful that she would offer that.
Yeah, like, wow, what a gal.
Yeah. Nobody's ever offered that before.
And then they just start going back to fucking immediately. But then
her mom comes home.
And her mom is this ogre. This giant woman who doesn't talk and it's kind of like, I don't even know how you'd explain it. Like, she doesn't talk and she's just got like a
She's the same woman
she's
from
like
the
a
beach.
zombie. Yes. We saw her in a beach scene. She was on the beach and she ran into Billy and Billy was like, sorry. And she just like stared at him. Yeah. So she's back coming home.
Coughing up hairballs.
And the girl's like, oh, why the fuck are you home? It's so weird. And she's like, oh, that's my mom. And Billy's like, oh, okay. How you doing? Nice to meet you. And she can't respond or anything. It's super weird. It's super fucking weird. And she really doesn't. It's so fucking weird. Anyway. And yeah, she's coughing up hairballs.
Yeah.
Who did they make this movie for? Horror fans or this is the weirdest movie. Like, I don't think your general horror fan's going to like this movie.
You don't think so?
No.
Why? You don't think fans of Reanimator would like this movie?
Oh, maybe.
They Live?
This is fucking weird.
It's not that weird.
Joe.
It's not that weird.
When the guy gets the duck lips and is like,
yeah, hilarious. I'm actually mad that you're bringing this up now. Can't wait to talk about it. The funniest scene I've ever seen. Dude, Dead Alive.
I just got the chill.
It reminded me of Dead Alive, Reanimator.
I guess it does have that tone. It is just really alarming though. But dude, that was so fucking crazy. So next day,
they're back at the presidential debate.
Yeah,
he's wearing the illest fitting suit I've ever seen.
Billy's finding blow-up dolls and Barbies in his car.
Yeah.
You don't know who they're from.
Do we ever?
Yes. It's revealed at the end.
Is it?
Yeah. But it's also for no apparent reason.
Okay.
Which is weird. It's really fucking weird. So he finds these weird things in his car and they're almost threatening. These things keep popping up in his car and they appear threatening. Billy goes inside, whole family's fucking.
Yeah.
And he's like, you people are fucking, you fucking butthead. Calls his dad a butthead. And he claims he's moving out. And the mom, like, it's, the family acting is terrifying. The way they behave. The mom behaves in such a fashion that it makes you feel so fucking uncomfortable about what's happening.
Like, well, all of them, like you said, they have like no emotions.
No emotion whatsoever. They're just,
which I think was the plan because they're not human.
Oh, for sure. I agree with that. I agree with it. It's so unsettling. It's so unsettling.
Do you think he wanted to make a real horror movie? It was like, these people are the worst actors ever, so I just might as well make them.
No. I think, but I read that the script was entirely different than before he got it. It wasn't so much this weird. I think he might have just been like, I'm going to make this fucking insane, and added all the other stuff. I think the base story was more just like, there's aliens here. Yeah, I don't know. It was fucking weird from what I read, which I also claimed earlier I did not read anything on, but apparently I read everything because I'm just telling you telling you all this trivia about it. They go to a funeral for what's his face? David Blanchard. They think the face looks weird, so his buddy Milo touches it, and the face like shatters, which actually means nothing. So deal with it. Because I was like, ooh, what does that mean? And
well, it's a ruse. That's not really him.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking moron. Holy shit. I'm so stupid. I'm so fucking stupid. People would have been really mad if you didn't correct me on that. People would be like, that's why. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. So, but the kid that's running up against him in the presidential debate shows up.
Martin,
of course.
Yeah.
If you're a nerd and your name ain't Martin, you ain't shit.
I agree.
This foe comes up to him and he's like, listen, man, some weird shit is going down.
He wants to talk with him.
Ted's acting weird.
Yep.
This dude's dead all of a sudden. And yeah, we got to talk. Something's fucked up. Then Billy is like, yeah, for sure. Then Billy leaves. And of course, old Hawkeye Billy's like, what's that car in the woods? And it's fucking Martin.
His throat slit.
In a car in the woods.
Yes.
So of course, Billy's like, we got to call the cops.
Reasonable.
Runs to Clarissa's.
Billy's honestly the most reasonable movie character in
everything
any
he does
movie.
by the book. Everything. Calls the cops. Cops show up. They go down there. Different car.
Yep.
No Martin.
No bodies there.
No Martin. And the car's been swapped out. And the cops are the most furious cops I've ever seen. Like, they're like, you piece of shit, if you ever waste our time again.
Dude, what movie did we watch where, was it The Town That Dreaded Sundown?
Yeah.
Where the cops were just furious.
Yeah, I think so.
Not that even there was nothing there, just the fact that somebody would call and report a murder.
Yeah.
Or no, was it the fucking Final Exam? I think it was both.
It was Final Exam because people were calling and I think it was Final Exam. They were calling them and the cops were like, Jesus Christ, enough with the fucking murder call.
People were actually being murdered.
Yeah. And there's no reason to think it was a prank. Like it was insane. He's like, all right, bud, whatever you say, kids. Stupid idiot, dummy kids. It was so fucking crazy. Yeah. So anyway, car's been swapped out. They go to the presidential debate.
Yep.
Who shows up?
Martin.
Martin's alive.
Yes.
Martin's alive, bitch.
Doing his Jeffrey Combs impression.
Yes. And Billy's pissed.
Well, because Billy's telling the entire school what happened. He's like, there's this secret society. Martin was killed, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, Martin was killed? And
then Martin shows up. And so it's a big trick. So Billy runs out all pissed off. And his friend approaches him. And his friend's like, hey, just so you know, I'm the one that's been leaving that weird shit in your car. Now, Billy's friend has been murdered. His parents are fucking his sister and planning on like breeding her out. And yet when this guy is like, hey, I left that sex doll in your car, he's like, you worthless piece of shit.
And he grabs him and jacks him.
It's the angriest he gets in the movie. He's like, what the fuck? Why would you do that to me? It's fucking crazy. He's like, I don't know, man. I was just fucking with you. Like, he's like, I don't know. He's like, but by the way, what they could have really played up is like the fucking paranoia that would happen because this guy, so Martin just fucked with you, faked his throat slit, which would honestly be the most impressive prank of all time. Yes. And putting a car in the woods and swapping the car out. Most impressive prank ever. So you'd already be like, what the fuck? And then your friend's like, hey man, I was doing that, but we're cool. And by the way, I've got a hot tip for you on this. Cause he's like, I've been following you around and I saw some weird shit. Like, why would you be like, I'm not listening? You would be like, get me the fuck out of here. I'm not listening to anything you have to fucking say. I can't trust anyone.
Anyone that's putting Barbie dolls in your car.
Dude, Barbie dolls shoved into the mouth of a blow-up doll. Fucking disturbing. Might be one of the more disturbing things in this movie. And we're about to see some fucked up shit. But yeah, he reveals he saw some fucked up shit that night before. Bodies being moved and things like that. Milo drops Billy off at home. No one's there. Milo stays outside, though, while Billy goes inside. And Milo sees an ambulance pull up. And as that happens, we see the family and everyone's in the house. They turn on the lights. They confront Billy. They shoot him up with a sedative, and he's out. He wakes up in the hospital. Or does he wake up? Milo follows the ambulance first. Milo follows him and he's like, where's Billy?
And they have like no record.
They're like, I don't have anyone here named Billy.
And then the lady says he's dead.
Yeah, in the rudest way ever. Because he's like, no, he's here. I saw him bring him in.
And she's like, oh, here, Billy.
And he's like, oh, yeah. He starts like looking around, like prying. He's about to look at this dead person that's under wraps. And as he does, she's like, oh, yeah, Billy. Yeah, he's in the morgue. And he's like, he's not dead.
He's literally like, I just watched him walk.
Yeah. he's not dead. It's so fucking weird. But even weirder than that scene is Billy wakes up in the hospital room.
And he hears Blanchard.
He hears Blanchard being operated on next to him. He tears open the curtain. Nothing's there, though. Billy starts laughing to himself and is talking like a crazy person. He's like, they just want me to be happy. And now I'm super confused because what the fuck is going on with Billy? I thought Billy might have become an alien.
Yeah, because he's acting insane. He just lost his marbles.
He's like super happy. He walks outside and Milo's like, hey man, they said you were dead. And he's like, nope, happy and healthy and alive.
He's being so obnoxious.
It's so weird. And then he gets into his car, which was left there. And Milo's like, hey man, don't you think it's weird that they brought your fucking car here? Like, what are you doing? And he's like, nope, seems normal to me. And just drives
he goes home.
I was like, oh, they turned him. I thought it was going to be the twist.
They did not.
Fun fact, nope. He's just acting like
he's cracked because everything's fucking bananas.
That's true. I mean, I guess that's pretty accurate. It's so fucking weird. Yeah, it's so fucking weird. So instead of going home, he goes to Clarissa's and starts beating the shit out of her. He starts slapping the fuck out of her face. He like grabs her by the throat and is like slapping her across the face. He's like, what's up, Clarissa? You want to talk some shit? It's really weird. And I don't know why. I don't know why it's happening. And she's like, don't go home, Billy. And he's like, they want me home. It's time to party hardy.
Yeah.
And he goes home.
He goes home. And he gets snared by the neck.
Dude, with one of those dog traps, like those dog collars that the Pound has so they can keep you at bay while also having you in control. It's so, those things are cool. Milo meets Clarissa's mom, the zombie, who he somehow controls.
He gets her to come along.
He's like, yeah, just come with me. And she just keeps trying to eat his hair. And that's like that's as annoying as she is to him. She just like occasionally like wants to bite his hair. And he's like, stop.
Yeah.
And she's like, whoa. Just stop.
Exactly.
It's so fucking weird. And yeah, you have no idea if Billy's like nuts or evil, but he's walking around his house now with the knife, just like the dream. This is actually before he gets snared. Then Billy's parents come home. He's about to get him with the knife. He's like, hey, mom and dad, happy to see you. And then literally everyone in town is in the house.
They're all there.
Like 300 people are in the house like, Billy! And they snare him up. And the whole party starts clapping for Billy.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts. And then one of the weird things in this movie, and it's in this quote, and it just made me laugh so hard. I think it was the dad or the judge, the town judge, walks in and is like,
I do love the smell of the hunt and the taste of the shunt. What the fuck's a shunt?
Oh.
You know what a shunt is?
The shunting is their ritual.
That's like the mouth thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's the rich literally eating the poor. Feeding on the poor.
Shunt. That name is disgusting.
Shunting?
Yeah. I love the smell of the hunt and the taste of the shunt. This is the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, all I think is like, like, I don't know. I think it's like your grundle. This is a shunt.
Dude,
Suck that shunt.
Nobody sucks that part.
Sucking on my shunt. Oh, of course they do, dude.
That's disgusting.
Whatever.
Would not want anyone looking at my shunt.
Dude, if someone looked at my shunt, I'd be so mad. Get out of there, man. What the fuck you doing down there? And he goes, you see, Bill, it's like this. There's no business like show business.
Like shunt business.
That's what they should have said.
You should not. It's terrible.
Of course, the mom reveals that they're not their family, which, yep, we know. Figure that one out. But they don't ever really get into what they are, other than the judge says, you're a different race than us, a different species. And Bill calls them alien scum. And they're like, we're not aliens.
And he calls it them again.
Yeah. And he's like, we've been here as long as you have. So are they aliens or
are they slugs?
Or are they just rich slugs?
Might be slugs.
But do slugs suck? Slugs don't do shit.
Slugs eat.
I don't think they do. Do they absorb?
They shunt.
They shunt. Dude, if I look that up and that's what it is, they could have just given us a fucking tip off of that. No, it's not. Shunting. It's just a word.
Is it like aardvarking?
In medicine, a shunt is a hole or small passage which moves or allows movement of fluid from one part of the body to another.
That's what slugs do.
So that's
dude, slugs eat.
How does Billy Warlock eat?
Through his dick.
Dude, I hope Billy Warlock shunts through his dick. How do slugs eat? I think they have mouths.
It's honestly impossible to find. The world may never know.
How do slugs eat? Joe, it's like right here, Joe. There's a fucking. I search it, and the first fucking thing is an image of a slug.
It's not
a slug eating salad.
What?
Slugs eat rotting vegetation, dude. They have a fucking mouth.
Are you sure?
Yeah, dude. Some are carnivorous.
Dude, what? Oh yeah. Huh. I don't buy this.
I don't buy this either. Fucking slugs are aliens.
Carnivorous. Slugs are aliens. Do slugs have... Slugs don't have teeth or tongues. They have a special organ called a radula, which has thousands of tiny protrusions to help them grind up their food.
This is disgusting.
Fuck slugs.
It's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
So are we agreeing that they're slugs?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. They're slug people. Well, the party's filling up. Ambulance shows up again, drops off more people, and it's Milo. Or no, it's Blanchard. My bad. Milo's just sitting there watching all of this unfold.
Yes.
Thinking about maybe saving his friend.
He's such a useless wingman.
Dude, the worst. They bring in Blanchard. Tonight we have a double header. The mom and daughter just start, and the judge start undressing. Mm-hmm. And then everyone else does. They pull up Blanchard, they tie him up to this chair, and they start fucking taking off all of his clothes. You have no idea where this is going. I'm thinking they're going to eat him. Mm-hmm. Like blood and guts type of shit.
No, they start licking him.
Dude, they start fucking licking him and like just like rubbing all over him. And then all of a sudden everyone's covered in lube. But I think that was supposed to be them melting, sort of. They start looking liquefied. Yes. And they're all in their underwear. I don't even know how to explain this. They're basically turning into putty
and fusing with Blanchard. Like their fucking mouths.
That's exactly what's happening.
Their mouths are like pulling up like fucking hot taffy.
Yep.
It's fucking gross. It's
Stuck to him. Stuck to his body. He's a human, by the way.
Yes.
He's screaming in pain.
He's not having fun. And this is fucking gruesome. This is fucking gruesome.
Yeah, they're melding with each other, and they're just sucking all like the life out of him.
It's fucking crazy.
I love it. I love this ending.
Yeah, and Ted goes up to Billy and kind of reveals that aspect of it. He's like, the rich have sucked off low class shit like you forever. And then he just sticks out a giant tongue and he's like, and then just walks away. Back at the orgy though, they're still fucking disgusting, even more disgusting than ever. There's just like body parts. It's so fucking gross. But the judge, this is so fucking crazy. He starts eating his fucking hair.
Yes.
And he goes, then he spits it out. He goes, now we'll get to the bottom of this. And he shoves his hand up Blanchard's ass.
Who's still a human, by the way.
And it's like, yeah, like he's got a face. And he's like, ah! And then the judge's hand comes out his fucking face and tears his face off.
Yes.
This is the craziest scene I've ever seen in my life.
But this isn't even the weirdest part of this.
No.
Because everything that happens from here just keeps going up and up.
Dude, how does it escalate from there? Well, it does. It fucking does. And by the way, there's some guy with a video camera, like standing around being like, ooh, filming all this. Clarissa, though, sets Billy free in a turn of events. Clarissa's like, fuck.
She has feelings for him.
Yeah. So Billy gets away. His shrink starts fucking chasing him.
Just to clarify, Clarissa is one of them.
She's one of them, but never really shows any
other than in like the
aptitude for
bed
it.
when she was.
Yes, yeah. But
twisting
no
around.
real aptitude for like shunting.
Well, yeah,
Not looking for
she's
the
not, she's not into that.
Shunt.
Prude ass motherfucker.
Prude. The shrink starts chasing him, and he's like the fucking Joker now. He's got like this Joker smile, like Jack Nicholson style. His head turns into a giant hand.
Yeah.
For no reason. And Billy goes and hides in this room where he finds his mom.
Yep.
Who's like, oh, I'm so glad you're here.
You came back to me. You're looking for your mother.
She fucking stands up. She ain't got no arms. And she's got two of the burliest, manliest arms for legs.
Just walking on him.
And is walking. And
It's disgusting.
And if you think that's fucking gross, Billy falls and is like, Mom? And then his sister's head comes out of her asshole and is like, hey, Billy. And then he's about to leave.
And to the right is a good old dad whose face is just melded into his asshole. And he goes, well,
Literally
son.
his asshole.
Literally his asshole. It's just legs. Like we talked about goatee.
Yeah.
It would be like goatee with somebody's face there.
Yeah, it's that position on it, hands and knees. Well, there's no hands. It's just knees bent over.
Spread open
Asshole. But there's a man's face talking to him. And he's like, hey, son.
Well, son, I guess you're right. I am a butthead.
Dude. And then he goes, hey, Billy. That line fucking killed me. Are you serious? Pretending to fart because you've turned into an asshole? Talk about like really just enjoying yourself.
That's it. That's like
if I turned into an asshole, I'd be like, come on, man, this fucking sucks.
But I mean, I feel like he can control that.
You think he wants to be down there?
Yeah.
You imagine being stuck between those stanky ass fucking cheeks.
Listen, he's a slug.
That's true. Slugs will go anyway. Yeah, so downstairs, all the bodies are coming together in the most insane pile of fucking flesh you've ever seen. Make Cronenberg fucking cry tears of joy.
It was this was very Cronenberg at times.
It's weird. The body horror element of it, the gruesome aspect is really Cronenberg. And I feel like there's like these weird like David Lynch moments too in it.
And Peter Jackson.
With weird comedy, but also just
like you're like, does that mean something? And you don't ever really know, but you can kind of put it together the way you want.
Yeah.
Like, it's very fucking weird. Like kind of like the slugs thing. Like we've decided they're slugs because those slugs don't really come into play.
Yeah. Why else would they be there?
It's so fucking weird. I mean, they show them that like they eat them and shit.
Like
Like,
totally not slugs. Somebody's gonna be so mad.
no, they're fucking slugs. They're slugs. But I mean, people turn into worms, as we'll see in like the final scene. The guy's belly's full of worms. Don't know why. And I do think they eat the slugs, but
Well, dude, when we see the slugs, he's holding them in chopsticks.
yeah.
It's like, ooh.
So Milo dresses up as a cop to get in here, which I don't think they
Nobody was fooled by that.
literally as soon as he walks in, like as soon as it draw attention to him, they're like,
Oh, hey,
why is Milo dressed up as a cop? So Milo's dressed up as a cop. Billy's trying to save Clarissa because now they're going after Clarissa for letting him free. They call out. The judge is like, Jim, Nan. And everyone that was sucking whatever his name is, Blundellhurst, Blanchard. they all reform. Because when I was watching that, I was like, so what happens here? Like, are these people just sacrificing themselves?
Just there forever.
Yeah.
Like a rat king.
But no, they like they reform themselves.
Shunt king.
The shunt king. Sucking on shunts. Yeah, it's fucking weird. And then so they do that. And they also seem to take on the form of the people that they absorb. Like the judge has the birthmark that Blanchard had on his face, and he's like really happy about it. But then Tad is like, "Hey, you want to fight?" And Billy's like, "Fuck yeah!" So they agree to a fucking old-fashioned fisticuffs,
A bare knuckle boxing match.
boxing match, and Ted beats the piss out of Billy.
Yes.
Beats the fucking piss out.
Can't
of him.
fight a slug, dude.
You can't fight a. You can't fist
You ever
fight
try
a slug.
it? It's impossible.
And then somebody screams, "Everyone ready for the big shunt of the night?" Fucking Tad is just beating the fuck out of him, literally murdering him with punches. And I can't. This is going to be the hardest scene to explain, and probably my favorite scene in the movie. Ted
Punches him in the balls, which causes his lips to get really big.
So, well, first let's say Ted starts shunting Billy on the lips. Shunting him on the lips.
Oh, sorry. I thought yeah, Billy punches him in the balls. Yes, Shed starts shunting him on the lips.
Shunting him on the lips. They're fused. Lips are fused. Billy punches him in the dick.
In the dick, yes.
Billy,
And since their lips are fused, like he like pulls back, so now his lips are all stuck
they're
out.
like all like stretched out, but like still have their form and just like it was so fucking weird. And the lips are moving. It was one of the grossest things I've ever seen.
Great
in my life.
special effect.
Amazing special. It's like he has legitimate like duck beak.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Like the
And they're
definition.
flopping so well.
Dude, it's fucking gross, dude. It's fucking gross. And then Billy takes Ted's hand, like, grabs Ted's hand, and in a stop punching yourself moment, shoves Ted's own fist up his own asshole, causing Ted
to turn inside out because he pulls him out.
to decapitate him and turn him inside out, rip his fucking face off, and turn him inside out. And the best part of this is everyone at this shunting or whatever you want to call it is like, oh my God. Like, it really sours the mood of the shunt.
Well, yeah. Rightfully so.
But, like, do they know that that's their weakness? Like, oh my God, he's figured it out if he shoves our hands up our asses.
Yeah. I guess that is their weakness. That's how you subdue.
Slugs weak.
Yes.
Dude.
Come across a shitty slug, you just finger its asshole.
I hope in the movie Slug, that's what they have to do. They're just fisting slugs. You take this, fucking slug. I saw this in a movie once, and that's it. Milo, Clarissa, and Billy escape,
Yeah.
and that's the end.
That is the end of the movie.
This movie is so fucking weird.
There's no
No.
closure
There's no closure
to
whatsoever.
the society.
They're just kind of like,
and they're not even running. Are they?
No.
They're just going to walk
and
out.
that whole town is no, because that's the other weird part. Because like it's almost like that party was afraid of him. Like you're like, oh my god, he's figured it out.
Well, yeah.
If you shove a fist up our ass, we're done.
We're done. Right.
But so they're like put off by it. So it allows them to leave. But wouldn't you be like, these people are everywhere?
You would. You got to buy a lot of latex gloves.
Fist everyone.
You got to fucking fist everyone.
And everyone you meet, you got to be like, listen, man.
Just bend over. As a precaution.
But it's also weird because you have to use their hand. You have to be like, all right.
Oh, yeah.
Let me
you're
take your hand and shove it up your own ass. I'm going to need your hand for a minute. Got to disprove something. And that's Society. I can't recommend it more. It's on Amazon
Yeah.
and Shudder. Although Amazon lists it as PG-13.
And from 1992.
And yeah. And when I told Joe, because I messaged Joe, because Amazon, when you search it, shows you two results. One PG-13, one R. And I messaged Joe. This is before I watch it. And I was like, oh, fuck, Joe. Like, there's one PG-13, one R. Please don't watch the PG-13 one. Because I could totally see that happening. And Joe's like, trust me, I did not watch a PG-13 movie of this. And after watching it, it's impossible to make a PG-13 version of this film. Impossible. So
It would be like 30 minutes long.
yeah,
The whole ending. And
it would just be up to the basketball moment. That would be the debate.
it's just a high school debate movie. It's Dead Poet Society.
I was gonna say fucking Rushmore. Fucking pre-Rushmore. All right, that's the end of this episode. Next week, Return of the Living Dead 2. What a slog. More like
Turn the Living Dead poo.
damn, that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. So that's it, guys. Rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. If you do, send me an email, Sean@IHateHorror.com, SEAN at IHateHorror.com. And I'll send you some free stickers if you like them. If you don't, then, go fuck yourself, pal. We're on Facebook.com/IHateHorror, IHateHorror.com. I'm on Instagram and Snapchat at IHateHorror. And I'm barely on Twitter now at IHateHorrorShow.
I'm at Jovi421, Boognish1985, and Horror Show Joe.
I was on Twitter today, though.
You were.
Stalking some shit.
You were.
To fucking spin some venom at a Texas Frightmare. So if that guy wants to fight me, you know where to find me, man. Actually, you don't, but I'm in Connecticut if you want to find me. I'm in Wallingford right now. Wallingford, Connecticut. Look up a flight. Fucking broke ass bitch.
Nobody's listening to us.
No, everyone's turned it off. But. So, next week, Return of the Living Dead Part 2. It is nowhere, so don't buy it. I can't suggest not buying this enough. And that's it. So for Joe, this is Sean. Stay weird.
Thank you.
Adios.
Dissect. Movies all fucking day.
Wanna play?
I'm gonna watch what I'm not supposed to watch.
Dismember.
A fucking zombie getting sliced and diced. A monster.
Mutilate. And butcher. That's it, guys.